Voices from the grassroots, connecting people and sharing ideas.
Hi, this is Arlene.
Hi, this is Gowri.
And today we have a guest. She is a curator. If you want to know what a curator is, we will have to ask Kuntan. Hi, Kuntan. Yeah. How are you?
Hi, Arlene. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. So today's topic is arts through a curator's eye. You are a curator for the National Visual Arts Gallery.
Yes.
So tell me more about what do you do and your background.
Well, basically, actually, I trained as a fine artist. Yet, after years of involvement in different art-related jobs, and I found myself in curatorial field. And well, as a curator from traditional, curators perceive as a cure to preserve, to take care of collections of a museum or institution. And through years, galleries and museums evolve, which has more dimensional, different dimensional functions, and curators' jobs also change. So now, curators have to not only taking care of collections, have to do research, evaluating, network, collaborating, and also eventually to create a vision through exhibitions or any arts-related programs.
Do you also have a say in what artwork the museum purchases and all?
Yeah.
And apart from that, when let's say when the museum is purchasing something, according to your research, do you have to validate the authenticity of that artwork?
Yeah, basically, I was formed with the museum's job, partly also because of the collections. Yeah, the iconoclast of the collections, it really represent the landscape of a nation. Yeah,
So what is your experience working with the National Visual Arts Gallery? Because as far as I know, I never heard of Visual Arts Gallery. I mean, I've been to the art gallery in Kuala Lumpur, but would it be any different from the whole of art gallery, or is it just a fancy name?
Well, National Art Gallery is a rename after 2011, just recently. The original, it called as National Art Gallery. Just functional. It's function as other National Art Gallery in other country. So the National Art Institution or Gallery, museums, the two major functions is to promote local and international art through exhibitions. And also, the other function is to collect national collections.
And what is the best thing about being an art curator?
Well, the best thing being an art curator, well, it's very challenging.
Okay.
So the best part is the challenge.
You'll be meeting a lot of different people every day, seeing. The pleasure part is seeing a lot of different forms of art, different kind of artists, how they practice their artwork, how they survive their livings, their stories. And then come to the theoretical framework is another challenge. You know, how we talk in a more larger scope or visions to reach arts with the public.
Do you personally have a favorite artist whose work you admire from back then, or any contemporary artist?
I have a long list of favorite artists. I have no specific kind of favorite favoritism. Definitely, they will bias. I have my interested kind of specialized scopes to looking into, which is more into cross-disciplinary art form or engaging art in public. Well, my favorite artist, I'm kind of biased though. Yeah, I adore a lot of artists basically. I adore the late Datuk Syed Ahmad Jamal, Pia Dasa, and also these are the modern art figures who built the art scene in Malaysia, and also the current scene for young artists. I think there are so many inspiring figures. So my favorite artists, they are I think kind of mid-age artists. They are Mei. They are Bibi Chu, Yap Selvin, Chong Kim Chu, and they are Ise. Yeah, so many of them. Just like so many ingredients, like to just for me, just like see what I want to cook, and then I will look at what kind of artist. Yeah.
And so you being an artist, what are the being a curator, what is the general misconception and challenges being a curator? Because as far as we all know, when it comes to curator, it's all about being meticulous in taking care of these art pieces. But is there anything more than that, being a curator?
Being a curator, they are more than that. Basically, misconceptions is just like you have slipped out. A lot of people thought curators is artists. Curator doesn't necessarily have to paint, know to be, practicing in the art skills, but much more well versed in art should be.
Is there any qualification to be a curator, or anyone can be a curator if they have a good eye on art?
In overseas or even in art institutions, education institutions shall offer different art subjects, but because our local, basically through history, our local art educational institution only provided fine art, which is only produce artists, fine artists. They shall have art history courses where people are studying, writing art history, looking art into the historical eyes. There are curatorial practice, which is another kind of major to study. So curatorial, they actually have a lot of different kind of practices, and there are so many different types of art practices, which is we are lacking of this kind of exposure.
As an sorry, I keep on thinking that you're an artist. As a curator, the challenge of being a curator is mainly when it comes to dealing with the art itself, or dealing with people, or dealing with the daily administration of the art gallery.
Well, I think there are curators who attach with the institution. Yeah, curators who actually position as independent curator. Then their concern area will be different, but major concerns, they are dealing with people, managing artists, administration job definitely is kind of coming with whole package. Just can't escape.
What are the interesting artifact or materials or art pieces that you have curated before that you would like to share with us?
I curated a show, which is how the National Visual Arts Gallery would like to be more public friendly. the show is called A Mother's Love, in conjunction with Mother's Day. Part of the show is National Visual Arts Gallery's collections, permanent collections, and the other part is I'm inviting artists to join and celebrate together in conjunction with Mother Day. The exhibition much more focused on realism, so the paintings or the artwork that features conveying mother's message or how we perceive the role of a woman in the society through realism style. And recently I've co-curated a media art show, which is much more related my interest in cross-disciplinary practices, which is this media art featuring Southeast Asian artists, where there are Indonesian artist Tintin Wulia, and also Philippine artist Ted Amitano, Vietnam artist Dean Gowri, and also Malaysian Singapore artist Charles Lim, Malaysian artist. Then I have recontextualize or propose Malaysian artists into the show. They are Sharon Chin, Yap Salvin in collaboration with Lena and Feho Omar, and also Candice Ng. So
a lot of these names are from Southeast Asia. So if you would like to compare, all the different curators and artists in Southeast Asia, what are the similarities and what are the differences that you can probably highlight?
Well, the similarities we are so much alike in terms of traditional and living philosophy, the whole living concept, because we used to have huge land like Nusantara, and now just a part due to nationality, ideas, different ideology. So art is kind of a universal language. The artists have a very similarity way of conveying their message through art is so spiritual and also very symbolic, very beautiful, minimal art pieces. Well, the difference is, I think the difference or the borders that set it apart is basically the nationality, identity, these are languages, but then, language is supposed not perceived as a boundaries as well.
And you are also an art educator. So what do you do as an art educator?
In the National Art Visual Arts Gallery, I also not only as a curator to curate the show, I also in charge in the public programs, which is the education division. Myself also play as an educator, and I plan for or generating public programs annually for the National Art Gallery.
So with your job as an art educator, do you think the level of awareness among the public in this country when it comes to the importance of arts, the importance of awareness how arts can impact our lives is still at a level that is commendable or not?
I think through recent years, the phenomenon is getting better through media, where public can there's more exposure of art in media. Parents or public adults are well versed or heard about art frequently, but one of the obstacles for the adults to let the children to continue in art is they're so stereotyping in art. Yeah. As Picasso said, every child are artists, but the problem is how to let the child become an artist while they grow up. After they grow up, I think this kind of scenarios we have to deal with. How the parents change their perception, or adults change their perception on art. It's a professional field. It's not just a poor artist. They kind of related with struggling artists. Yeah, this whole thing.
But that's like a normal Asian parents kind of mentality, right? To actually tell the kid, like, no, this is just a hobby. You cannot do it professionally. It's not gonna pay off well.
Yeah, I'm not so sure if Western or I think it's very different culture. That's why, Asian have this thing. Yeah.
Usually, when it comes to art, it can be a very, abstract expression, but it can also be an expression that has a messaging on social justice and politics. So, as an art curator, when you look at a piece of art, what kind of art that usually would somehow channel, the underlayer message of social justice or politics or economic injustice or whatsoever that the artists want to portray in their art?
Well, artists are sensitive. By the way, the injustice of the surroundings are the main. I can say as a main concern for most of the artists, how they're putting their words or their ideas or their feelings to art form. Even the simple, just take an example. Why Van Gogh only paint peasants? Well, that is very actually art portraying more into social class or the blue collars or social class concern. This is how the images keep on coming up. Van Gogh painting peasant livings, a pair of shoes, peasant shoes. So actually a simple images or a sophisticated art form to conveying social justice and politics. Politics is everywhere, even between artists and how to put the shows together. What the shows in the context of a space that are politics in everywhere. Just how or what we want to say. Yeah.
And I just want to go back a little bit on the young people who probably want to get into art, become an art curator, or pursue a job professionally. What are the platforms that are available for them to go about it?
The platform, well, I think the currently Curator, there are a lot of cross-disciplinary things happen, practice happen. Well, curators, there are, of course, if we want to go to be a professional, there's an formal educational system. But as my case, a major case in Malaysian art scene, a lot of artists who are wearing a lot of shoes, different pair of shoes, or wearing different kind of hats, doing a lot of things. This kind of cross-disciplinary, an architect become a curator, or an anthropologist become a curator. It's a very, very common things happen. But the most important thing is to listen or to well versed in art.
So lastly, just want to know about the status quo or the curator scene in Malaysia. is it something that is commendable, or is it like a profession, I mean, in the context of Malaysia, that is still very much lacking? What can you say about it?
Well, yeah, it is a very, it's very new. It's very difficult to persuade the commercial art galleries or the general mainstream art gallery to hire a curator. Actually,
If they don't have a curator, usually they would. How do they deal with arts or take care of arts?
I think the other perception also that people thought curator just put up artwork, just hanging artworks on wall. That's the job does, which is not. Curators have to come an idea how reaching the public. Besides putting works on, gathering the different art forms into one space, putting works on the wall, and then how to contextualize it, and also how to engage with the public. So that is a kind of huge job to cover up. But the galleries basically, also the other concern is the economic wise. They want to save some costs. Local practice, they usually do just hanging artworks and find someone to write about the show, and then so-called is a curator, which is not so correct. If inviting an art writer to write about the show, that is an invited or guest writer job. Yeah, so a curator's role is still very, I think it's still in the midst in the general eyes.
Mm-hmm. With that, all the best with National Visual Arts Gallery, and also perhaps through a curator's perspective on art, we can somehow create more awareness on the importance of expressing either messaging of politics or social justice, or even abstract emotions through art.
Yeah.
And with that also, thank you very much for sharing with us your views.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arlene. Okay.
Bye.
Okay, bye.